So who makes the best cordless pressure washer, and how they compare versus a cheap AC powered electric pressure washer and a decent sized gas one. So like normal, we're going to be using the test rig here to get the working PSI along with the GPM here with a flow meter. So all of these can pull directly out of a water source. They don't need to be supplied by a garden hose. Now using the same 3mm 40-degree tip here on all 7, the 2-battery Ego here comes out on top with 970 psi and 1.6 GPM. With the small single battery Ryobi rounding out the bottom here at 425 psi and 1 GPM. Now being fed with a garden hose and adding in a gas pressure washer here, you can see there's quite a big jump between the Ego and the gas here, producing 2,684 psi and 2.3 GPM, and the Ego 1,160 with a GPM of 1.66. Now looking at the smaller Ryobi here with some different batteries, yeah, you gain a little bit there, going from a 2 to a 4, but we don't really see much benefit to running the 4 amp hour Edge or the 8 amp hour. Pretty much the same story here when we look at the 2 battery Ryobi. And the same thing with the Dewalt. Now, if we use the tip actually provided with the pressure washer, one thing to keep in mind, the Ryobi doesn't come with a 40-degree, so I substituted in the Craftsman nozzle here. So the Ego 2 battery produces 2,239 psi and 1.35 GPM. While again, we find the Ryobi here rounding out the bottom with 845 psi and 0.9 GPM. Runtime, now you could run this a few different ways, but if you're looking at what they come kitted with, the Dewalt's on top with those two 12 amp hour flex volts. So if we take a listen at dB, the 2 battery Ryobi here actually comes out on top at 72.8, with the single battery Ryobi here being the loudest at 83.3. Looking at the soapers, yeah, just as one would expect, pretty poor performance, even running concentrate here. The only one that actually does decent is the Ego. But again, remember, this is concentrate. So coming in last, we have the single battery 40 volt Ryobi here. Performance wise, we've seen it fall actually under the cheap AC power pressure washer there. Single battery underneath this cover. Soaper nozzle used with this hose on the side of the unit here. Of course, horrible performance, along with a 15-degree tip, which seems a bit crazy here, but with this poor performance, you can't really offer anything that's high flow, along with a turbo nozzle. Again, this can be used to pull water, but you do need to install this self-priming adapter. Along with that, it does come with a 25-foot hose, nothing real special here, M22 connections. Along with the wand, just your generic wand here with that normal style connection and your quick connect here on the end. So overall, in my opinion, this would be for very, very small jobs. I would probably recommend staying away from this, at least from my testing. Next would be the Craftsman, which it will require running 2 batteries here, and the kit comes with 9 amp hours. You have an on-off button and a boost mode for 8 minutes. Now it will require a 8-minute cooldown, so just keep that in mind. Turbo tip, 40-degree, 15-degree, and a very interesting soaper bottle here with, well, poor performance. Suction is pretty straightforward on this one. You just screw it in the back there and you don't have to deal with any weird adapters here on the front. So storage is done on the side here for the hoses with the Velcro strap, the wand in the back, and the actual gun here on the side. That being said, this unit does have wheels and a luggage style handle here. 25-foot hose, definitely a lot higher quality there versus the Ryobi. But the wand, going to be the same deal, just again, a little bit higher quality versus the Ryobi. Dewalt, going to have that on-off button here on top, along with the boost mode button. Now the boost mode is for 10 minutes. Now one thing I did find is though, after that 10 minutes, it allowed me to re-click that button and run again. So on the front, it does have this hose holder, along with another poor performing soaper here at the bottom. Then on the back, we have the wheels and we have the battery compartment. One thing you note, I was having issues here with this switch, so I just taped it on there. Because if that switch is not depressed, of course, the pressure washer will not start. Again, on top, we have the high-low and the off, and the power boost button. Under this front cover comes with the gun, wand, and turbo nozzle. Suction hose here, just like the Craftsman. And again, another 25-foot hose with the M22 connectors. A little bit better quality versus the Ryobi. Just like the Craftsman, you do have a luggage style handle here to help you move it around. Now, wand-wise, this is where things kind of get a little weird. It will come with a tip holder there with a 40, 25, and 15. M22 connection, and an interesting small thread here style connection on the outlet, which then requires you to use this wand piece and the extension here to finally get to your quick connector. So yeah, not the greatest design, seeing you have to tear this down if you want to store it back in the pressure washer every single time. So fourth place to me here is going to be the Greenworks. Performance was decent, but not as good as one would expect considering the claims. On top, you have a power button here with a eco button, so you have 2 speeds, battery holder which requires 2 batteries, your inlet and outlet. I don't really care for this right here, doesn't seem like it's protected very well, along with your hose for your soaper. Now if you're going to use the siphon hose, you will need to, on the output side here, add this check. Comes with a turbo nozzle, soaper, 40, 25, and 15, heavy duty, 25-foot hose here, and the wand stored on the side, which again isn't nothing fancy here, just a cheap little wand. In second place, the 2 battery Ryobi, which you can actually run it off of just 1 battery here. On top, we have a power rocker, along with a button here to cycle between 3 speeds on this one. Again, if you're using the siphoning attachment hose, you're going to need to install this check. And it comes with a turbo nozzle, 15 degree, and the soaper. So again, kind of weird, just like the small one, they do not provide a 40 degree tip. Along with that, you're getting the same suction hose, 25-foot pressure hose there. Again, not the greatest quality, and that cheap wand. So coming in second place, I'm actually going to give it to the small Ego here. Now yes, the bigger Ryobi did outperform this, but this smaller unit actually kept up with the Dewalt and the Craftsman. So that single battery compartment on the front, your on-off switch, and your 3-speed selection switch there. Comes with a soaper here, which actually performed all right for what it is. Your suction hose here stored on the side, along with 2 of the tips, so the 40 and the 25. And on the opposite side, we have the 25-foot hose, which is definitely a lot more flexible versus the competition there with the Ryobi, Dewalt, and Craftsman. But one big feature here is it actually comes with quick connects already installed. And on this side, you'll find the turbo nozzle in 15 degree. Of course, on the back, that storage for the soaper, the wand. Only real drawback here is this is not the small quick connect fitting, so you're going to have to use this to connect the small nozzles. The only thing you can direct connect here is that soap bottle. So first place is actually going to the larger Ego here. Under the cover, running 2 batteries. Now, if you want to use turbo mode, it will require using 2 batteries. If you only use 1 battery, you can only go up to speed 2. You cannot use speed 3. So on the front, we have that power button, we have our 3-speed indicator, and we have the speed selector. On the top, you'll find all the tips. So soap, 40, 25, 15 in turbo, along with the handle and the storage for the wand here on the left-hand side. Again, comes with that same soaper, the 25-foot hose, and suction hose. Now, the wand here is a little bit different. So we have a short gun, but it's still large quick connect. But one thing that makes this unique is you do have a speed button here to be able to control those speeds out of the pressure washer right here from the wand itself. So if we look at my overall subjective ranking, comparing cost, GPM, max PSI, dB, number of speeds, if the hose has quick connect, the soaper performance, and the storage, we find the Ego 2 battery here out on top, followed by the single battery Ego, the dual battery Ryobi, Hopefully you found this video useful. Let us know in the comments below if you have any of these and how they work for you. Master specs here will be at the end, along with the product links below. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.